Starts, I just wanted to give you guys a little tips and tricks that I use to help me when it comes to clothing and Photoshop and paint on it and whatever. So basically what I do, so let's just say, oh no, I make a smudge where I don't want it to go. Usually what I see most people doing is that they click the undo button, but you could also click something else, like with the display pixel grid or something like this, the rulers, which can mess up your view or your angle that you have it on for the design. So what I like to do instead is Control Z, and that deletes it. Or if you want to come back, let's just say you might have, like, you just made something and you liked how it was, but you accidentally deleted it. Like, let's just say, oh, I liked how this was, but oh no, I accidentally deleted it. Well, what you can do is you can do Control Y and it'll just come back. Simple and easy. Let's just say you want to delete a section too, but you don't want to go through the whole entire process of like erasing and whatnot. So what you do is you let's just say, oh no, like I want to delete that, I don't like it. So instead of like rectangle select and going to the eraser bar and just erasing the whole thing, you can instead do rectangle select and click delete on your keyboard, and it will come off. Now let's just say that, oh, let me delete this. Let's just say that oh, you want some color in your area too, but you don't want to have to like paint the whole thing. Like, let's just say you want a square of color, but painting this is going to take like a few more extra seconds that I don't want. What you can do is you can rectangle select the box and click backspace on your keyboard. And what that will do is it will color the area for you, like so. And just click delete. So yeah, if you're watching, so yeah, let's just get into the tutorial. Hey guys, what's up? It's Kat, and oh my gosh. Okay, the amount of requests I've been getting to do a little tutorial on my outfits has been kind of insane. Okay, well, first of all, I will not be giving you a full tutorial because number one, it'd take way too long. Number two, whatever, I can't talk. Anyways, let's just begin. So, let's start off by making this little tank top I have right here. I think it's really cute, honestly. So yeah. So first thing you want to do is you want to go to the toolbar, go down to the color picker, and then what you want to do is you want to go in, zoom in, and what I do is I use my mouse and the control button, and I just like zoom in and out like that. And then what I do is I'm gonna click the color of the straps. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my template. If you guys don't know what this is basically the advanced Rblx template. You can also use the regular one for making tank tops too, it doesn't matter. But I just personally like this one better. But anyways, I'll leave this template in the link down below, like one without my like copyright on it or whatever. But anyways, yeah. So now what you want to do is you want to go down to the layers panel, click on the add a new layer. Then what you want to do is you want to go to the toolbar, go to the line and curve. You can also use the paintbrush button, it doesn't really matter. Then what I do is I go down to a brush width of 1, just because this is an outline and all that stuff. Then afterwards, I'm just going to do like a tank top shape. So just kind of like sketch it out, I guess, I don't know. Now that you got the base done, you're going to want to have to do the sides. So what I normally do for the sides is I normally just do a straight line, like so. And then for the back, I just do what I did on the front. So I just go up here, click copy, paste, and then I just drag it over and match it up with the other line from the middle, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't, but whatever it is. Then now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to line and curve, and I'm going to make the straps that the tank has. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go like this with a slight curve. Then I'm going to go up, then just repeat it on the other side, or you can just copy and paste both sides, which is what I prefer to do. Make sure to copy and paste this on the other side of the outfit too. Well, the back part, whatever. Okay, after you got that done, what you want to do is basically make another line, because you see these straps, they may look thin, but they're definitely a lot. They may look thin, but they're definitely a lot thicker than this. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy only this part right here. Just go up to rectangle select, and click copy, go onto the layers panel, make a new layer because otherwise it won't show up thicker or whatnot, and click paste. And then I'm just going to drag that down by one, and then merge the two layers together, like so. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another line and curve, like before, just make the straps just a tad bit thicker. And of course, just copy and paste it. Yeah. Okay, now that you've got that done, we're going to make another layer. And basically for this layer, we're going to be doing a little bit of drawing. So what I like to do for the bottom of like my outfits is I like to draw them. So yeah, I like to draw everything, but you know, whatever. Anyways. What I'm going to do is I have my brush hardness on 100, brush width is the lowest one, which is 1, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trace out like kind of a thing I want to go with. Then I'm just going to copy and paste because I like this side a little bit better and how it turned out. Then afterwards what I do is I select the middle, and I use these little nods on the sides to like help guide me and whatnot. I'm going to copy and paste. I'm going to place it on the middle part right here. I'm going to copy and paste this front part onto the back. Like that. And the reason why I'm using black is because it is basically like the base of it is a black tank top. So next what you're going to do is you're going to go back to this layer. The photo of your tank top. And what you're going to do is you're going to select the medium color. And what I mean by that is not the darkest color, but not the lightest color, just like a color in between. So I think this color looks pretty in between right here. So, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the outfit template. Then I'm going to basically make a new layer, put it underneath both of the red tank top straps and the bottom outline. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically take my paintbrush and just paint it in. we are done with that, what we're going to want to begin is the shading. Because why else would we make it a lighter color if we weren't going to shade like the base? So anyways, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make a new layer. Then what I normally like to do is I like to take my darker color, lower the opacity of it to normally like a 58, 55, like around there. And I like to take basically in my brush and I just like mirror the image a bit. So you see there's like some shading around here and then there's like wrinkles down here. And so yeah, basically then what I do is I take the image, I copy it, then I paste it to the background so that way like I have a little reference photo so I can get my wrinkles precise or something. So yeah. So how I shade, I don't want to give all my secrets away, but I will give you some tips or something, whatever. I'm sorry guys, I cannot talk. Anyways, hardness, I put it on 0, and I normally use a brush width of about 3 or 2, or 1 depending on how the wrinkles lay and stuff. So what I'm going to do first is the shading right here, so I know where to precisely put the wrinkle shading. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the brush width bigger, so I think about a 10, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just begin painting it on, I guess is what you can call it, I don't know. But just basically trying to make it like a little half circle, like circular motion. I'm going to copy and paste it, like so. And this shading, like this part, I feel like this part for me doesn't take enough amount of time. And what I do is I'm just going to erase the bottom a little bit, just like blend it out. Oh, and on the software that I'm using, there's like no blending option. So what I do instead is I take the eraser and I just go on the lower opacity of like the stuff or whatever, and I just erase it. So, yeah. Next, what you want to go down is to the little wrench called Properties. Then you're going to want to lower the opacity to the opacity that you want. Sometimes when you're making dark clothes, it's better to have on your brightness, just so that way you like everything looks right. You know? So you could feel the same. I kind of regret saying that the shading was the easiest, but we would dance the night away to the morning light. Can I give you all of my love till we dance the night away? Can I give you all of my... Yeah, I feel like these are a little bit too big for my liking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to size them down just a itty bitty bit. Shrink them down a notch. Okay, so I feel like this looks pretty good, but I think I want to lower the opacity just a tad. This. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do like the actual wrinkle shading, because we're done with like all this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new layer, then I'm going to go up to my paintbrush and just lower it down to about 2, I think 2 would look best, and just begin shading. Missing the fights, I don't care if I'm right, let's just buy a bit more time. I live alone with you inside. Sometimes too, I take the top and I go down and I use like the brush width of 1 or whatever, and I just like trace out the wrinkles like where I need to like have them on the shirt or whatnot, and that also kind of helps me with like muscle memory. I don't know, but it works. And then sometimes I copy and paste it too. Like I suggest if you're like a beginner, that's what you do. But I say if you're a little bit more advanced, to try to avoid this, just because after a while it can look, your clothes can look a bit sloppy from it, and it can kind of look like sloppy shading, which we don't want. Basically for tank tops, what I like to do is I like to like add wrinkle shading under the bust area, just because most tank tops I feel like have that. Well, at least from what I've seen on like pictures and stuff. It's what the effect looks like. So yeah. So I'm going to copy and paste this onto the other side, just because I want to be even. Then sometimes I'll add some like shading onto the bust area, like so, like this. And then if need be, I can always go back with the eraser and just make the shading look a bit more clean. Off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy. And then what I do sometimes is, because these are a little bit too dark, I just copy it, paste it onto a new layer, and just delete it off of the layer that I had it on before. And then I just make it like lighter. Like so. Next, what you're going to want to do is we're going to want to do the light highlights. So what I do is I make a new layer, and I get some of the white color onto the paint palette. Then I go up to tools. My brush width, I normally do it at 1 or 2 again. 1 for the thinner lines, and then 2 for the thicker ones, just so it looks like clean, I guess. I don't know. What we're going to do then is we're going to go down to the properties, and we're just going to lower the opacity like so. I think that looks good. Actually, no, maybe a little lower. Maybe like that. Like so. Then what I like to do is I'm going to do the side shading. So again, new layer. But the side shading is a lot more basic, if you want to say, and the back shading is also going to be different because, you know, the front we have bust shading, and I don't want bust on the back. I think that's very wrong. So anyways, what we're going to do is basically for the side I just do like little lines like this, and I also do this for the back too, but it looks a lot more cleaner on the back. Then I take the eraser, just kind of give it that dimension. Your eyes escape mine when I sit you down. Then I'm gonna lower the opacity. So, lower it a little bit more if need be. Then I'm just going to add the, what I do normally is sometimes I like take this part, since it's a beginner's tutorial, I'm just going to copy this layer that I did, and I'm going to paste it onto the back, like so. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make a new layer, and then go down to the paintbrush, select the white color, and repeat what we did for the other. Then again, just copy and paste it onto the back. Then what you want to do is you want to lower the opacity once again. Okay, so now we have all this down. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to shade the sides. So side shading is like the easiest part of the whole thing, honestly. I know I said that with the glass, but I honestly, side shading is, and it just gives it that like natural like shadowing and all that stuff. So what I'm going to do is we are going to take the paintbrush, basically make the brush size to 10, hardness 0, and still we're going to up the opacity just slightly to 78. And now what we're going to do is we're going to shade the sides, like so. There's like little lines like this. You can copy and paste it onto the other side. Then what you want to do after that is lower the opacity for that. And then take your eraser and just blend it out. Like so. Then just delete anywhere that the shading might have gone out to, like where you don't want it to go. Does that make sense? Then the final touches is actually putting a little decal on your shirt. So for this, what I do is I go to the tools, rectangle select, and I just highlight the little emblem that I want. I copy it, I make a new layer, and then I click paste, like so. And afterwards you want to go to the magic wand, and then click on the area that you don't want to, click on the area that you want to be deleted, yeah, whatever. Then click delete on your keyboard, like so, and then you can take the eraser, make sure your opacity is all the way up for this, because otherwise it won't delete the whole thing. And then you can just erase everything else all around it, like so. Then what you can do is select it again, click copy, go on to your tank top, go all the way down, right by the black coloring layer, add a layer, then click paste, and just resize it to fit onto so yeah. And then also what you want to do is you want to take the shading that you did for like the bottom part, the black part, and you just want to lower down that opacity as well, just so it doesn't look as like weird or something. And yeah, this is how you make a basic tank top with complex shading. Now I suggest, if you do not have like a steady hand for this, I suggest instead using the line and curve for the shading. It'll just take a lot longer, because you have to like do this and stuff, and like erase it, make it not look as chunky and all that stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you like the video, make sure to like, subscribe, whatnot. Just yeah. And let me know in the comment section if you want more shading tutorials like this. So yeah, bye guys!